Hello there, Assalamu alaikum. I'm Shira Abang Mansour and you're now watching TVS Nightline. The headlines. Over 27 journalists have been killed in Gaza since October 7. Wife kills husband and in-laws with poisonous mushrooms served during dinner. At least 12 people were killed during storm CIARAN. Palestinian journalists, relatives and friends pray over the body of Palestine TV journalist Mohammed Abu Hattab and 11 family members the day after they were killed when their home was hit in the Israeli bombardment of Khan Yunis in the southern Gaza Strip on November 3, 2023, amid the ongoing battles between Israel and the Palestinian group Hamas.
According to the official Palestinian news agency Wafa, Abu Hattab was covering developments from Nasir Medical Hospital in Khan Yunis and had concluded his coverage 1 hour before the attack on his home. Abu Hattab had been reporting live on air Thursday night outside of Nasir Hospital in Gaza, and 30 minutes later, when he had returned home, the correspondent was killed. Hattab's death sent shockwaves through his newsroom, with Palestine TV journalist Salman al-Bashir making an emotional on-air report that reduced a television anchor to tears. Meanwhile, the Palestinian Journalists Union says that 27 of its members have been killed in Gaza since October 7th. The union announced on Wednesday that one of its members, Majid Fazal Arans, who worked for the Al Jamahir News website, was killed during an attack near his home in the Nuseirat refugee camp. Media representatives in Gaza, including AFP, used to work from offices in Gaza City. But intense Israeli bombardments, which destroyed many buildings, forced news organizations to send their teams to the south, even as Israeli strikes hit targets across the entire territory. The conflict raged for a 27th day Thursday after the October 7 attacks when Hamas militants stormed the border, killing 1,400 people and kidnapping more than 240. Since then, Israel has relentlessly pounded the Palestinian territory and sent in ground troops, with the health ministry in Hamas-run Gaza saying 9,061 people have been killed, including 3,760 children.
An Australian woman appeared in court on Friday accused of murdering her in-laws with a toxic mushroom lunch, with 4 attempts to murder her estranged husband. Erin Patterson, 49, is charged with 3 counts of murder for allegedly dishing up a poisonous beef Wellington that killed her parents-in-law and a third lunch guest, the wife of a local pastor. According to authorities, the crusted beef fillet was laced with death-cap mushrooms.
Patterson, a former newsletter editor, was taken into custody this week following a headline-grabbing 3-month investigation. The alleged triple murder has rocked the sedate farming town of Leongatha, about 2 hours' drive southeast of Melbourne. Meanwhile, Patterson has also been charged with repeated attempts to murder her husband, Simon Patterson. Police said Simon Patterson became ill after meals on separate occasions in 2021 and 2022, and thereby have charged Erin Patterson with 4 counts of attempted murder. The 49-year-old was flanked by guards as she made her first appearance in Latrobe Valley Magistrates Court on Friday morning. Patterson will return to court in May 2024 after police secured a 20-week adjournment so that detectives have enough time to comb through computers seized from her house.
At least 12 people were killed as Storm CIARAN battered Western Europe with record winds of up to 200 kilometers per hour, causing travel mayhem with closed ports and flight and rail disruptions. At least 5 people died in Tuscany, Italian authorities announced on Friday, reporting record rainfall and the declaration of a state of emergency. Tuscany Governor Eugenio Gianni said the 5 dead included an 85-year-old man who was found drowned on the ground floor of his house in Montemurlo, northwest of Florence.
Florence Mayor Dario Nardella said the situation is critical in the city as the level of the Arno River continued to rise. Trees felled by gale force winds caused most of the deaths in Europe. In the Belgian city of Ghent, a 5-year-old Ukrainian boy and a 64-year-old woman were killed by falling branches. Falling trees had earlier killed a lorry driver in his vehicle in northern France's Ain region, and French authorities also reported the death of a man who fell from his balcony in the port city of Le Havre. Some 1.2 million French homes lost electricity as the storm lashed the northwest coast. Almost 700,000 remained without power on Thursday evening, according to network manager Enedis.
The construction of the new Royal Malaysian Navy base, the Naval Region 4 Mawila 4 headquarters in Samalaju, will further enhance the level of security in Bintulu, which is known as an industrial hub. Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Jari Tunopeng said the presence of defence capabilities in Sarawak will attract more investments from outside of Bintulu. On Thursday, Defence Minister Datuk Sri Muhammad Hassan announced that Mawila 4 will commence as soon as an official letter is received from the Sarawak government.
Yesterday, I was with Minister of Defence Malaysia, and we are going to have naval base in Samalaju. Kalau ada naval base, dia nak buatkan sebagai naval base for wilayah Medan 2. Dan banyak kapal, banyak orang kerja di siap, banyak lah beli sayur, banyak sayur, orang nanam sayur lah untuk. So that is the cascading effect on our economy. Dan juga kita akan meletakkan satu brigade di Bintulu. In terms of defense sudah banyak. So that keselamatan kita bukan we are safe with our defense people around here, and with that investment will come. Kerana orang rasa keselamatan terjaga, bermakna polis pun mungkin akan diperbesarkan. Mungkinlah kerana I was briefed by the commissioner yesterday on the expansion of police force. Jadi makna Bintulu akan membangun, dan ini akan menjadi satu master plan kita untuk Bintulu.
Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Jari Tunopeng criticises irresponsible parties exploiting native customary rights NCR land in every election. He disclosed that the government is professional in its approach to compensate landowners with evidence of land ownership used for development.
Keduanya pasal tanah. Under our land code, we will pay compensation to legitimate landowners. Legitimate means as long as you have all your document and also the history of your land, we will pay. Jadi saya ada masalah waktu election tiap kali mesti NCR masuk. Jadi we have tackle NCR. Tapi orang nak mungkin-mungkinnya, soalnya sawah menghadap, ya aja. Kayaknya lepas election, ya ngepak tu.
Abang Johari highlights Sarawak's compensation approach, cites Darul Hana as example. Compensation enables affected villages to purchase new, larger homes built by the government. Extended families, however, are relocated to Sungai Bedaun with ample space and infrastructure. He said this at a press conference after visiting the Jepa Integrated Administrative Centre project, which is presently under construction and expected to be completed by 2025. Also present were Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Ahmad Douglas Ugah Ambas, and Sarawak Utilities and Telecommunication Minister, Datuk Sri Julaihi Narawi.
Jepa is set to become a new administrative centre for a progressive and modern Bintulu division. Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Jari Tunopeng said the completion of the Bintulu Jepa Bridge by October 2025 would help boost development in the Jepa area.
there is a master plan in Jepak Jaya. One of the important strategic building is our resident office. In other words, our administrative center is located in this developing area.
Abang Johari noted that the construction of 98 residential units in Kampung Jelutong Phase 1 expansion provides modern living for locals, especially Jepak residents.
We have identified 7,000 overlots for us to build houses, and my calculation is the houses will be affordable. For the low-income group B40 and M40, is similar to what we do in Sungai Berdaun as well as Kampung Datuk Sibu. There will be a lot of government injection to help them.
He also described the rapid phase of development in Jepak Town, and the construction of the Bintulu Jepak Bridge, which connects Jepak to Bintulu Town, will help boost the image of the town.
The Gabungan Parti Sarawak GPS is confident that the voting percentage in the Jepak by-election will exceed 65%, surpassing the Election Commission's target. GPS Election Campaign Director Dato' Amar Awang Tengah Ali Hassan said the voting percentage is crucial as a benchmark of victory for the coalition.
To ensure the target is achieved, Awang Tengah has directed the GPS machinery to double the efforts in encouraging the voters to cast their votes on election day tomorrow.
Ya, kita mahu jentera-jentera parti kita menumpukan kepada usaha bagaimana memastikan pengundi-pengundi kita itu akan dapat dengan mudah keluar untuk mengundi. Ini adalah penting sebab kemenangan kita itu juga ditentukan dengan turunnya pengundi-pengundi kita untuk mengundi pada esok hari. Jadi fokus harus diberikan oleh jentera-jentera pilihan raya dan sesiapapun yang terlibat untuk memastikan pengundi-pengundi kita itu akan turun mengundi.
At the same time, Awang Tengah also vows to address the issues affecting its residents.
Jepak by-election voters are advised to follow scheduled voting times, said Election Commission EC Secretary Dato' Ikmaluddin Ishak. Voting between 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. or per polling station gazetted time. Information on polling stations, voting channels and the number of voters can be reviewed through the Commission's portal or by calling the EC hotline or through the My SPR SEMA application.
He said for the by-election, a total of 14 polling stations and 45 channels will be opened for voting, and a total of 446 officers will be involved in the voting process. The Jepak State Assembly by-election witnessed a three-cornered clash between Gabungan Parti Sarawak GPS candidate Iskandar Turki, Parti Bumi Kenyalang PBK candidate Stevenson Joseph Sumbang, and Parti Aspirasi Rakyat Sarawak Aspirasi candidate Chiang Lia Ping. The Jepak State Assembly by-election was held following the death of the incumbent Datuk Talib Zulpilip on September 15. Jepak State constituency has 22,804 voters, consisting of 22,761 ordinary voters and 43 policemen.
A special task force has been formed to investigate the death of a 22-year-old female student found near City Entertainment Centre on October 16th, ensuring swift investigation, said Sarawak Police Commissioner Dato' Muhammad Azman Ahmad.
Telah pun menubuhkan task force. KPD Kuching telah melakukan kenyataan media. Kita telah menubuhkan task force untuk menyemak kembali kesihatan, meneruskan kesihatan dan percepatkan kesihatan itu, dan seterusnya kita akan merujuk kepada Timbalan Pendahulu Raya untuk arahan seterusnya.
He told this to reporters during a press conference at the police contingent headquarters here today. He's commenting on Chong's statement on October 25th in the Dewan Rakyat, which requested a PDRM investigative team to be sent to Kuching to find the truth behind the woman's death, which was classified as sudden death, as police did not find any elements of crime. On October 18, Kuching Police Chief ACP Asmon Baja said in a statement that the victim was a student at a private higher educational centre in the state capital, was found unconscious on a roadside near an entertainment centre and later confirmed dead.
And this just in, Premier of Sarawak Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Jori Tunopeng aspires to establish 5 data centres in Sarawak by 2030. And these hubs, he said, are crucial components of Sarawak's digital revolution. He added Sarawak is the most strategic location to establish these hubs as it has ample land complemented with renewable energy produced from renewable sources. Abang Jori spoke during the gala dinner of the International Business Review Borneo Awards 2023, where the State Governor, Tun Pehin Sri Abdul Taib Mahmud, was awarded the prestigious Lifetime Achievement Award. Batik Descom 23, a renowned international design competition that celebrates the art of batik while promoting cultural diversity and creative innovation, showcasing the fusion of traditional and contemporary design elements. To know more, we will be joined by a reporter on the ground, Hendy Goy. Over to you, Hendy.
Right, thank you, Shira, from the studio. I'm currently at the Raya Hotel attending the Batik Descom 23 Gala Night, a prestigious international Sarawak design competition. And in a celebration of cultural diversity and creative excellence, Batik Descom 23 has spectated 35 UITM students coming together and paying homage to the timeless art of batik. And organized by UITM Sarawak and supported by the Ministry of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts, it serves as a platform for designers to showcase their talents and honor the rich heritage of batik, a traditional textile art known for its intricate patterns and vibrant colors. And other than that, to further show the ministry's commitment in supporting these competition, a total of 34,370 ringgit was allocated to aid in the success of this project. Now, the competition took place on August 15 to October 30th, 2023 and had undoubtedly received many positive responses. And apart from that, 5 participants have been selected as the winners for this competition. And the prizes include cash prizes and the opportunity to have winning designs showcased in renowned exhibitions. Now, to add to the point, this year's event focuses on the theme of cultural fusion, encouraging participants to blend traditional and contemporary design elements. And also, Shira, just to add to this point, MTCP Minister Dato' Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah officiated tonight's event, and during his speech tonight, he commended UITM's effort in contributing to the state's development through the competition, where it helps to preserve the state's art industry, among other things.
Kementerian saya akan sentiasa memberi sokongan dan juga saluran bantuan untuk memantapkan lagi usaha-usaha memulihkan sektor warisan, sektor seni dan juga kebudayaan di Sarawak. Saya berharap agar acara Batik Descom 23 akan terus diajuk sebagai platform untuk meningkatkan lagi nilai komersial dan peluang menjana ekonomi industri batik selain meningkatkan sektor pelancongan Sarawak.
And I guess that is all from me, Shira. For more updates, stay tuned to TVS's official website, tvstv.my, and our social media platforms. And I'm Hendy Gui with videographers Alex Teo and Ahmad Nasrullah, reporting for TVS Kuching. Back to you, Shira Shahira.
Thank you so much, Hendy. Now, oil prices rose on Friday due to the U.S. Federal Reserve's decision to hold interest rates steady, which weakened the dollar. International benchmark crude Brent traded at $87.01 per barrel at 10:17 a.m., a 0.18% increase from the previous session's closing price of 86.85 US dollar.
Oil prices saw an increase with American benchmark West Texas Intermediate WTI trading at $82.84 per barrel, up to 0.46% from the previous day's close of $82.46 per barrel. The decision by the U.S. Federal Reserve to maintain the federal funds rate within the 5.25% to 5.5% target range weakened the dollar, supporting higher oil prices. Despite avoiding a rate hike for the third time, the federal funds rate remains at its highest level in 22 years. Oil prices continue to be affected by supply concerns due to the Israel and Palestine conflict. However, the Energy Information Administration reported a 0.2% increase in U.S. commercial crude oil stocks during the week ending October 27, which limited upward price pressures. U.S. inventories rose by around 800,000 barrels to 421.9 million barrels, slightly below the American Petroleum Institute's anticipated increase of approximately 1.3 million barrels.
Only teenagers born in 2007 will be called to undergo the National Service Training Program, PLKN, if it is implemented in 2024. The Defence Ministry MINDEF in a statement said trainees will be selected according to a specific year of birth at the start of PLKN 3.0.
The statement added that if the selected trainees are unable to participate in PLKN for a valid reason, they can apply for a postponement. It is clarified that the maximum age to become a trainee is up to 35 years old. MINDEF hopes that this explanation will resolve any confusion and concerns among the public regarding the age determination for PLKN 3.0 trainees. In October, the government agreed to resume PLKN, which was abolished in 2018, using a different training approach, with young people undergoing training at military camps. Defense Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Hassan is reported to have said that 13 territorial army camps will be used for training for a period of 45 days, which can accommodate up to 4,000 trainees.
Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump testified in the New York case against the family real estate business and blamed accountants for company financial statements the authorities said were fraudulent. The former president's two eldest sons were the first members of the Trump family to testify in the trial, in which the Trump organization is accused of inflating the value of its assets by billions of dollars to obtain more favorable bank loans and insurance terms.
Donald Jr. and Eric Trump are both executive vice presidents of the Trump Organization, a sprawling network of companies managing residential buildings, office skyscrapers, luxury hotels, and golf courses around the world. Meanwhile, former President Trump is expected to testify on November 6th, a day shy of the one-year mark before the November 5th, 2024 presidential election that he hopes will sweep him back into the White House. If the 77-year-old former president takes the stand, it will be the first time he testifies publicly in any of the various civil and criminal cases facing him. Meanwhile, the Trump's daughter, Ivanka Trump, who left the Trump Organization in 2017 to become a White House advisor to her father, is not a co-defendant in the case, but has also been ordered to testify. She, however, has appealed to the subpoena.
The old Jerusalem city used to be bustling with people and tourists from all over the world while businesses were booming. And today, however, Jerusalem has fallen eerily quiet with the ongoing war between Israel and Palestine keeping away tourists and their much-needed income. Very few shopkeepers are brave enough to open their stores, waiting day after day for any tourists to return.
And since the 7th of October, there is no tourism industry anymore. I mean that there is no more tourist industry. Something like this I didn't see in all my life. I'm 48. Nothing happened like this, even in Corona time. Today is more worse than Corona time.
At 4 or 5 o'clock, everyone close and go home because they are afraid from the street. just only soldiers. They stop everybody and bothering them. They don't deal in a good way with people.
The Church of the Holy Sepulchre, where most Christians believe Jesus was crucified and buried, also stood largely empty, except for the occasional priest stirring in its cavernous halls.
So before, this place was really alive, full of people praying and offering their problems to God, and in general very spiritual. And now it's completely empty, as you can see here. There are no people.
Outside of the tourism bubble, attendance of the Friday prayers at Masjid Al-Aqsa has tremendously been reduced as Israel forces have gained control. Residents who are mostly Palestinians in Jerusalem are too afraid to leave their homes, afraid of harassment and physical violence by Israel.
Bank Negara Malaysia (BNM) has a strong rationale to hold the overnight policy rate OPR steady at 3.0% well into 2024 and possibly beyond, barring any unforeseen jolts. Kenanga Research in a note today said the view was based on expectations that the US Federal Reserve (FED) and other principal central banks will maintain their current policy rates for an extended period in response to persistently high inflation.
The statement added that the scant justification exists for a policy shift, given the belief that it has concluded its rate normalization cycle, a decision underscored by the emerging indications of subsidizing inflationary pressures. In a separate note, Maybank Investment Bank, Maybank IB, said the latest monetary policy statement, MPS, indicates that the central bank views the upside and downside risks to both growth and inflation as balanced. Meanwhile, BMI, a Fitch Solutions company, believes that the central bank will exercise caution when it comes to easing monetary policy prematurely.
See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. For more headlines anytime, anywhere, just head on to our official website at tvstv.my or follow us on our social media platforms. And that is all the updates for TVS Nightline tonight. I'm Shira Abang Mansur. Thank you for watching.